So I'm currently taking 3-minute exposures here. Everything's set up, and the first exposure is just about to pop on screen in a couple seconds. Okay, so here we go. Ooh, that exposure's looking nice. Ooh, I'm liking it. So it looks like we're gonna get an unexpected about 2 hours of clear sky time here right after it gets dark. So I'm gonna take this opportunity to try to capture some HA frames on the Horsehead Nebula. I just want to take a second here to talk a little bit about the HA filter I recently got. I know I talked a lot about it in my video, but I recently started using and really seeing the images that I'm able to take with it, and it's surprising because this is the cheapest lens on the market and for a lot of lenses, you know, for Canon, but it still performs really well with an HA filter in. I mean, the RGB images without a filter, the stars are really bloated at 250 millimeters that which I'm going to be shooting at tonight for the Horsehead Nebula, and it just doesn't have, it's not the best optically good lens. So the HA filter really makes that, really improves the lens because it's just picking up on that specific wavelength of light, so blocking out all moonlight, artificial light like light pollution. So it's really been a game changer for me because I'm able to produce images that I otherwise could have never produced with just shooting unfiltered with this system here. Hopefully in the coming months I'll be able to upgrade my 75 to 300 millimeter lens that served me so well to the Rokinon 135 millimeter lens, because that would really be an upgrade and it would finalize the setup as like a perfect wide field imaging setup. So I'm also looking into getting a light pollution filter like the HA filter, Astronomic Light Pollution Filter, CLS-CCD, because they say it's Bortle 4 around here, which is pretty dark, but I really feel like it is brighter than a Bortle 4 in some places. It might be Bortle 4 right up at the zenith, but if I'm imaging like lower in the sky towards the light dome, I feel like it's like a Bortle 5/6 even. So I feel like if I get the light pollution filter, it could help up the contrast in this lens and help me bring out the deep sky object behind the background sky just a little better. I still have to finalize where I'm going to actually place my rig tonight, but I think it's going to be somewhere around here in the backyard where I can get a good view of Orion as it rises, because I'm only going to be able to get a few hours on it. So I hope that Orion rises early enough in the night that I'll be able to get enough exposure time for the amount of clear skies I have tonight. So temperature's dropping now, and I think it's time to get these extension cords, plug them in, get the system up and ready so I can maximize on my probably around 2 hours of clear skies I have before the clouds move in. We're supposed to get a snowstorm tomorrow, probably like 10 inches of snow here, and I thought felt like spring yesterday, and kind of today did too, but I guess we're gonna get a blizzard. So you might be able to see behind me that telescope under a cover there. That's my 8-inch telescope that I used to shoot Uranus last year and a couple other things. And I really didn't get to really use it too much because that was the first like couple months I had it, and then I just kind of put it away all winter because I really wanted to use my other wide field setup to get all the nice nebula and stuff. But I think I'm going to start bringing it out now and get it warmed up because galaxy season is coming up, and the nice focal length of the C8, the Edge 8, is 2,000 millimeters, so those galaxies really come and just punch you in the face with that focal length. So I'm really excited to get that thing out, and I'll have a video on that hopefully soon. But as of right now, we're going to be shooting the Horsehead Nebula in HA. So I know Polaris is pointed roughly in this direction here, north. So we're good to go. Plug it in. Give this thing some power. I'm not sure if this is the right way to do things, but what I usually do is, since it's kind of hard to find targets with the HA filter, since it's just that narrow bandwidth of light, what I usually do is I find it first without any filter, and then very carefully I detach the lens from the camera while it's on the target tracking, put the filter on, put the lens back on, and then I know it's dead center in my framing. Then all I have to do after that is focus. So I don't know if that's a good way to do things, but that's the way I do it right now. It just makes it a lot easier for finding targets with an HA filter. I can see the first stars poking out, so I'm going to go see if I can see Polaris through and polar line using my app. So I'm currently taking 3-minute exposures here. Everything's set up, and the first exposure is just about to pop on screen in a couple seconds. So 3-minute exposures, ISO 1600 and f5.9 at 300 millimeters focal length. I wanted to get a little more zoomed in here. So let's see how this exposure looks. Okay, so here we go. Okay. Ooh, that exposure's looking nice. Ooh, I'm liking it. Wow, you can really see the Horsehead Nebula right there. Right at the bottom screen, that's framed up perfect. Yeah, some nice frames down in there you can see. There's our first frame.